my sexy compatriots. This is the cup of coffee you all know and love, Minty Coffee, and I am here with another casual commentary. The topic of today's video, as the title suggests, Pyro's role in TF2. Or lack thereof, if I'm being completely honest. Pyro as a class is a jack of all trades. He's moderately good in offense, defense, and support, but not amazing in any. Now, as a concept alone, there's nothing wrong with that, but it seems that Pyro's glaring weaknesses in each area compared to other classes makes him all but insignificant in serious play. Let's delve into each one and explore why. As a disclaimer, I will be using Highlander as the format to judge Pyro's significance, since Pyro is a rare choice in 6s, and even so, his glaring weaknesses are highlighted much more in 9v9.
But Dara takes the sound before you make it, and you start to freeze.
Pyro's offensive capabilities are pretty deadly. While his close-range DPS isn't as raw or high as most other classes, especially heavy, Pyro combines a moderate DPS with moderate mobility, and unlike Scout, whose damage is burst damage in a single shot, Pyro's damage is sustained in a cone in front of him, essentially meaning easier to hit, but the damage is less over time compared to say 2 meat shots in the span of just a second. However, as shown in a previous video, the inconsistency of Pyro's damage due to damage variances affected by both particle angles and lifetime can cause damage to be very unreliably inconsistent. It's pretty clear to me that the flamethrower's damage needs to be done in a different way rather than relying on particle lifetime to max out its damage potential. While the mix of good mobility and damage is certainly nice, it's overshadowed in competitive play when classes like Demoman and Soldier, who are devout generalist classes, can dish out massive damage both reliably and much more safely than what the Pyro can do, sans using Air Blast for some return shots here and there. Pyro on the damage front, while great in casual and certainly dangerous in the right hands, is largely overshadowed by classes whose raw DPS make Pyro's own capability insignificant in competitive play. Pyro's defensive capability is probably all that shines in competitive, with the use of Air Blast making the Pyro the most reliable class to deny pushes and Ubers, as well as having the best method of spy checking. But outside that, what does he really have? That's basically it. Air blasting back Ubers once or twice before probably dying to them, and spy checking, of which most classes have a method of doing already, since Scouts can run Mad Milk, Medics run Crossbow, etc. Now, we can't deny that reflecting projectiles is also a great method, turning your best defense into a good offense. However, against competent soldiers and demos who can easily fire and aim unpredictably to throw you off, yeah, not going to say Air Blast isn't great, but its importance is severely cut in competitive when Pyro's only real use is defense. Pyro's supportive abilities in normal play are always great to help your team. Putting out teammates to save their health as well as get 20 health back yourself, what's not to love about that? As well as items like the Man Melter that reward this support twofold with stored crits, and weapons like the Home Wrecker that allow you to directly support engineers against spies. Though I have to be honest, the times the Home Wrecker is useful in combo with the Power Jack are very rare. And as I've said before, Afterburn is pretty significant in competitive because its damage is really not that threatening to a team that has constant healing, and engineers don't really need you to babysit them. So Pyro's supportive capability is, you guessed it, insignificant. So there we have it. In all 3 roles, Pyro is quite weak, near useless compared to the capability of other classes. Demomen and Soldiers fill enough offense already, Pyro's defensive capabilities are niche at best, and his supportive capabilities are unnecessary to classes who can look after themselves. Hopefully this coming update can fix Pyro's inconsistent DPS and allow his supportive abilities to have more significance in order to allow Pyro to play as the generalist that he should be instead of the handicapped specialist he has turned out to be. What do you think? Is Pyro's capabilities an all-rounder already fine? Does he need fixing? Let me know in the comments below. This has been your favourite cup of coffee, and I shall see you next time, my sexy compatriots. Bye!
I am the man who arranges the blocks that continue to fall from up above. The food on your plate now belongs to the state, a collective regime of peace and love.